Hey everybody, I am doing this live as promised, and it's all about how to get started as a content creator. So I'm going to give it a minute, and if you aren't already, make sure you join my group, my broadcast channel that is for early stage content creators. And it's for everybody. If you're like super early stage as a content creator, or if you have been doing it for the last 6 months, and if you're a more seasoned content creator and you want to offer your advice, your feedback to folks, definitely you could join as well. But I realized that I love to learn, I love to teach, which I didn't realize that now, but I've been knew that. But I wanted to find a way that was easy for me to create value and help other people while I'm in the process. And making content, being behind the camera is not something new to me. So I definitely want to start with that disclaimer of the fact that I didn't just start making content. I just started doing like content creation more full time, but being a creator, making content, being behind the camera is not something that is brand new to me. I've been talking, I've been doing events, I've been speaking for years now. And so, only with time have I gotten better. Hey, everyone that's joining. And I put it in my group, so hopefully the group is the most people that join, but for other folks, welcome. And I want to help other people, again, on their content creation journey, because I know you can get stopped up real easy. I know that you can get overwhelmed. I know it feels daunting, especially when you see so many people doing it. And a lot of people, I don't want to say like people are gatekeeping, because I feel like there's like a whole trend going on now with the word gatekeeping. But I think there are a lot of people out there that make it sound harder than it actually is. And then there's a lot of people that make it sound too easy. I feel like when I teach, I like to explain people the reality of it. And I think we often skip over what the reality of the thing is that we're doing. And so it seems harder than it is, or we assume that it's easier than it's supposed to be. And then we get to work, or it's like, why is it so hard? And it's like, this is what it's supposed to be. So I'm going to give you the real, I'm going to give you the raw, I'm going to give you the honest, and I'm going to answer questions. So that's what this whole session is about. So if you know somebody that's interested in becoming a content creator, or they're in their early stages and they're stuck, share this live with them. If you're trying to become a content creator, watch the live. The live will be available for replay on my YouTube channel. So you could go ahead. The link in my bio will have my YouTube channel. So I'll upload it right after. But yeah, classes in session. So how to get started as a content creator. I like to use my 5 P's of getting stuff done process for almost everything that I do in order to map it out. And it's worked for me being an entrepreneur. It's worked for me, being a parent. It's worked for me content creation. It worked for me landing, everything I've ever done, I use the same system. And the 5 P's of getting stuff done is purpose, plan, produce, play, profit, and then play. So let's go through it with content creation. So let's say you're a person right now and you're interested in becoming a content creator. What is the first step that you should take, right? The very first step that you should take is by writing down, right? Yes, you have to write it. It's not just in your brain. Write it down, whether that's typing it or writing it down on paper. Why do you want to become a content creator? First things first. Right? And it should be clear. I want to become a content creator because I want to have a side hustle making extra income creating content. I want to entertain people. I want to travel the world and share with people different foods and different flavors. Why do you want to become a content creator? What is the purpose of you doing it? And it can't just be, I want to make a couple extra bucks a week, right? It has to be more deep than that, because you could do many different things to make a couple extra bucks a week. You could do Uber, you could do Lyft, you could babysit kids, babysit cats, walk dogs. There are so many side hustle and other things that you can do, especially in the modern day. And a lot of my content, so disclaimer, a lot of the stuff that I'm sharing is going to be or the examples I'm going to give is going to be based on a person that is potentially living in the US. That's my experience. That's the information that I have. That's the knowledge that I have. So if I'm saying something and you're like, but in my country, in my city, in my state, we can't do that. I'm sorry. My experience is based on the United States. So if you're outside of that perimeter, you may be able to take some of these strategies still. But I just wanted to give a disclaimer so folks are not just like, but in Canada, I don't know Canada. Talk about the US. All right. Now that we got that over with. But there's so many different side hustles, so many different ways that you can make additional income, that you have to have a deeper why for making content than just the extra money. I want to entertain and make additional income. I want to connect with people all over the globe while making extra income. So even though the extra income part is still there, what's the purpose of doing the content creation part? That is why that's making you commit to that specific way of making additional income, because it's possible to make additional income from content creation. But guess what? It doesn't happen the first few days. It doesn't even happen the first few months. Some people take months, some people take years. And then there's some people that they go viral off of whatever information, and then, you know, people start calling them and it takes weeks, maybe even days. But those type of people is, you see this much? Where's the little, you see this little pencil? You see the tip of this pencil? I don't even know if you guys, yeah, I can see it. Let me get a little tissue. You see the tip of this pencil? That's the likelihood of you making it successful from just like a random piece of content going super viral and then you getting a lot of money from it. That's the chance. This little bit. Not likely. Is it possible? Yeah, anything is possible. But is it probable? I like to focus on probability, right? The actual chance that it could happen. And I see somebody in the comments, so we're doing this real time. Tell my story and help others. That can be the start of a purpose, but dive deeper, right? Like what parts of your story? So like be as specific as possible. Tell my story of being a mother and help other mothers heal, right? Like I saw the person Diary of Healing Mothers, right? So that way it's deeper. It's not just tell my story, and it helps you clarify then the next phase that we're going to talk about, which is plan. So it's like, what is your purpose? I want to tell my story of healing as a mother to help other mothers heal as well and make income from doing that. That is a purpose, right? You see how it's all tied in together and it's clear where we're going. So again, first step, have a clear purpose. What do you want to, why do you want to do this thing, right? Of content creation. Again, there's so many different side hustles, but why specifically content creation is the side hustle or is the full-time venture that you want to pursue. So that's part one. The second thing, right? The second P is plan. So after you figured out why you want to do this, now we start putting an action plan together. We're not going to do the action plan yet. That's a step that messes people up, right? People like, oh, I'm going to just use you as an example. The person that just commented, I'm going to use it as an example. Oh, I want to share my story of healing and help other mothers heal. Let me go sit behind the camera. Wait, baby. We ain't there yet. That's step 4. That's step 3. We're at step 2. So you have your purpose. Good, great. Write it down. Get your notepad, write it down. Cool. We're writing it down. Step 2 now is to create an action plan. So some things to think of, and I'm looking at my notes because I write it down. When you're thinking now of your plan, you want to ask yourself, what type of content do I want to make? Is it going to be short form videos? Is it going to be long form videos? Is it going to be dancing and then text on the screen? Is it going to be informational? Is it going to be Q&As? Is it going to be live streams? What type of content? Is it funny? Is it satire? Is it scary? Is it makeup and storytelling, right? Like there's this girl on Facebook, I'm pretty sure, well, that's another thing. Stuff that you thought that everybody knew about, there's going to be people that have no idea about what you're saying. Like I be watching Nara Smith, and I've talked to at least 5 people that had no idea who she was. None. Operation Nikki that be cleaning her house and showing all the organization stuff. I talked to, again, another 5-10 people. No one knew who she was. So there's different spirits, and there's people that have millions of followers that you'll talk to somebody else and you're like, oh, we have similarities. I thought this person would have popped up in your feed. They have no idea. And I say that to saying that there are so many different audiences out there that you can reach that you might think, oh my God, they already have somebody that they watch that makes that type of content. They probably don't. Or probably the person that you think is who they watch is somebody completely different. But let me get back into it. So it's like, what type of content do I want to make? Is it going to be me sharing my story verbally directly? Is it going to be me sharing it short form, long form? Is it going to be me cooking and talking through my story? So write that down, right? We're still in the writing phase. And then the second thing after you do, what type of content I want to create, the next thing after that is, where do I want to put this content? We ain't going to be on 1,400 different platforms immediately. You can get there. It's possible. And again, do people start off being on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, blah, 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 like all the things at the same time? Yes. But those are people that really do have full time, like, I'm locked in. I quit my job. I'm going to focus on content creation. that is most likely not you. If you're watching this live, if you are hearing this live and you're just getting started with content creation, there is a 95% chance you are not the person that has full-time availability to just commit to content immediately. If you are, let me know. If you have a full-time work or if you have full-time obligations outside of creating content, let me know in the chat. So like other obligations, right? Put other obligations in the chat. Because I know most of us, I also do have many other obligations, and that's a part of my system of how I create content as a busy professional. I'm a mom. I have a job. I'm an entrepreneur. I was going to school. I actually went back. So I went and got my master's when I first started doing content creation. I was going to school for my master's, and now I'm in a business program. So I'm still in school. Right? Somebody said I have school, right? Other obligations. And so we don't have all day to just be sitting and posting on Twitter. I keep saying Twitter, Threads, posting on Threads and Instagram and Snapchat and all the things at the same time. So what you want to do is figure out one platform to start with, right? Maybe two, but start with one, right? And what is that platform? Is it going to be TikTok? Is it going to be Instagram? Is it going to be Threads? It's going to be Facebook. And don't let anyone tell you that a specific platform is dead. That's what I'm going to say first. Because there are people that I know, friends of mine, that are making thousands, not hundreds, thousands of dollars by posting on Facebook. There are people that I know firsthand, like these are people that I could hold up on the phone right now, making thousands of dollars off posting on Snapchat. And I'm just like, what? How? Right? And then we talked about it. Every single platform, there's different ways that you can monetize on different platforms. So research that. Do not be afraid of research, whether that's Google searches, YouTube is your friend, ChatGPT, Gemini, look it up. This is research that you have to do. So we didn't even start talking about, editing it. No. Once you figure this part out that I'm talking about right now, the editing, the posting schedule, the link in bio, all that crap, I don't want to say that's easy. That is easier than this stuff, because this stuff is where your direction, this is your North Star. This is where your action plan is going to guide you to how do I get this thing done, right? So we talked about what type of content you want to make. We discussed briefly where you're going to put it, right? We want to pick one platform to start off with. And then, who is it for? So now we're going to talk a little bit about your audience. I'm going to keep going back to my friend earlier that put in the chat, you're trying to focus on mothers healing. So now, yes, so we know your audience is going to be mothers, right? But what are they healing from? Mothers healing after divorce, mothers healing, single mothers, mothers that are grieving a child, right? And there may be people beyond who your target audience is that is going to watch and enjoy your content. I'm pretty sure, like, for example, I'll go back to my Nara Smith. I love watching Nara Smith content. Am I sitting am I in my house in a fancy dress, or am I going to potentially ever purchase any of the beautiful dresses that she wears because she's a model and that's kind of her thing, her brand? Probably never not. Am I ever going to, I might make focaccia. That's one of the breads. I think that's what it's called, right? I might make that bread that she makes because it looks good and I would have to figure out time, but I've been watching her videos for at least 6 to 12 months. I don't know how long, at least this whole year. Have I ever sat down and made one of her recipes? No. Am I going to make gummy bears from scratch? Probably not. No. But every time she pop up, I'm watching, right? And so what I'm trying to say here is that even if you have an audience that you focus on, it will still expand beyond that. There are people that watch my content that have no interest in anything women, anything Jamaican, anything black, anything, and they just see it funny, comment, move on. It's not that deep. We in our heads are going to think it's deeper than it really is. Your goal is to get views, engagements, likes, comments, monetize. That's the long-term goal. We'll get to there. But don't get so caught up in the head. Who are you trying to talk to? Who do you want your community to be about that really are your raving fans? They're super excited. They're going to like, share, comment, engage every single time that they see you. Who is that person? And get as granular as possible. So we could say moms, right? But there's so many different type of moms. Polygamous mom, what is their relationship status? Are they polygamous? Are they divorced? Are they widowed? Are they single moms, right? Does ethnicity matter to you? Does nationality matter to you, right? Dive as deep as you can so that way when you're making the content, you can research further. So either you may already know, or you could ask certain questions, or you could research further so that we could curate it for that audience, and it makes your content creation and ideation process simpler. Because if I'm saying I want to focus on moms, right? Now I'm going to be like, oh, should I make this type of content for widow moms? Should I make this type of content for moms that, I don't want to offend nobody, and then I make content for moms that are, breast cancer survivors, but I don't want to offend nobody. Like, you start getting into your head if you're not clear. If you know who you're targeting and you make that content consistently, you'll have better ideas. Your ideas will flow. You'll already have filtered out what type of content you will not be entertaining and focus on the content you will be making and entertaining, right? So, because we get distracted. We'll see something on Instagram or TikTok or whatever social media platform. We're like, oh my God, I should make a video just like that. I see that all the time. I ain't gonna say, I struggle doing those dance videos. I'm like, oh, I should do that. I could do that dance. And then I, learn it. I take 25 minutes, 30 minutes, 2 weeks, however long it is to learn said dance. And I'm like, this don't look good. I done wasted 2 weeks of my time trying to learn this little dancey dance that everybody's doing that's getting so many views and so popular. Done missed the whole trend, wasted my time when I could have just sat down and did the videos that I know how to make and the videos that make sense for me. And I could have probably just played the damn sound on the video, the sound from the trend, and still capitalized on that. So, really focus on who is your content for. So we're on step 2 right now of the process. The first step, so I see some people have come in and out. So the first step was, what is the purpose, right? Why do you want to create content? Specifically, why do you want to make content as your side hustle, potentially maybe your full-time job in the future? Second thing, plan. What type of content are you going to make? What platform are you going to make this content on? Where will it go? Who is this content for? And then now we're going to make the third step, which is produce, right? How will you make this content? Now we're getting into the nitty gritty, right? We know why we want to do it. We know who it's for, where we're going to post it. Now, how will you actually functionally execute on making this content, right? I talk more about this in my course that's on my Stand store. So it's uploaded. Don't mind. By the time, if you're watching this on YouTube, it will be on my Stand store. But if you're not watching this if you're watching this real time, it ain't up there yet. I'm just be honest with y'all. But I recorded, it's like 50 minutes long, a 50-minute course that really dives into step-by-step how to think through your process. Because I don't believe in that my process, my system is going to be yours. My strategy is your strategy. But what I did was created a system of steps that people could go through, right? Like, as a framework that you go through so that way you build your system, build your strategy, if that makes sense. So it essentially asks you questions, and when you answer those questions, you'll say, oh, that piece, that piece, that piece. So it's like Lego bricks, right? Like, I'm giving you Legos, and your job is to put those Legos together based on how you answer the questions, what questions you find most valuable, what things you find most valuable for your audience, the methodology of how you want to post and who you could reach out to in your schedule, right? You look at your specific life, and then you're like, okay, this is going to be my content strategy. Because I don't believe if I say, yeah, I post 3 times a day, I do this, I record in this way, and then you do the same exact thing. Can it work? Possibly. Will it work the best for you? Probably not. That's just it. Everybody has unique lives. Everybody has a unique ways in which they do things. And so me just saying, hey, here's the locked in strategy that's perfect for you, is not going to be perfect for you. I can give you a system, and you using that system, right, that procedure to figure out your unique strategy. I could do that. That makes sense. And then, cause that's going to be customized to you, your experiences, your audience, what you like to do, what you like to create. So that's going to be on a Stand store. But I do have some stuff that I'm going to give you right now. So in the produce phase, right, how will you make it? So questions you can start thinking through. Do you have time and or experience in editing? All right. And it's just like, you might say no, right? Your immediate answer, it might be no. So let me know in the comments. Do you have time or experience to edit? Let's start with experience. Do you have experience editing videos? Yes or no? Just put that in the comments. Do you have experience editing videos? And any experience at all. So whether it's for social media or, YouTube videos or videos for your church, do you have any experience editing videos, point blank period? So I see some yeses, in the chat, right? That's a starting point. Now, do you have experience editing videos? Do you have time? That's the next question. Do you have time to edit videos. So since you have experience editing videos, you have an idea how long it takes or how short it takes, right? Depending on your skill level. Do you have time to edit videos? That's the next thing, because we might be able to do something. So here's, that same person says somewhat. So you see those two answers, and I'm going to focus in right here. So while you might have the skill, if you don't have the availability, you need to probably outsource. You have at least have to figure out a different way to get this thing done. Because now it's like, oh, I have the skill. I know how to edit. And I've been caught in this trap myself, is like, I can do something, and then and then I realize I don't have the availability to do the thing. So it's like, I can, but should I? That's where we get stuck. Because if you're, and I'll give you an example for myself. In the past, last year when I was like, okay, I'm gonna do content creation, right? I originally tried to do it last year, and I got caught in this same trap that I'm trying to help you avoid, is I know how to edit. I know how to make content. I know how to record. I know how to get on my camera, like literally video live streaming. That is my job. That is one of the things that I get paid to do. So I know how to do it. I live stream, I edit, I do all these things for other people, clients. But the time was what I was missing. And so I kept recording and recording. And I had this whole arsenal of videos. Did I have any time to edit this stuff? No. Did I post it? No, because I didn't have time to edit it. So I didn't think through the full process of the recording part. I'm like, oh, check. I can do that, and I have time to do it. So it's a double thing. Can you do it? Are you able to do it? Then now the editing, I checked off the can box. Able to, that box was never checked. It didn't get checked. Then the next phase now, publishing, scheduling, being there to post it live, finding trending audios. I can do that. Am I able to? That box was not checked. And that's where I failed last year at being a content creator, because I would record a bunch of content and then I didn't have the availability to edit, then publish and post it. You need to post. You need to do the full thing in order for you to really go into production and produce this work. And so part of last year, what I did is I hired a VA and I showed them exactly how I wanted the videos to be edited, and they did the editing for the videos, and that helped me to get more consistent last year. But because I wasn't super clear, I hired the VA just on a fly. I wanted to get some of this content edited. I just wanted to get it done. And I wasn't really strategically thinking about the full start to finish journey. I wasn't thinking about my why. I wasn't thinking about my full plan. I was just like, oh, I recorded a bunch of content. Just please edit it and let me just post it. And I did that, but did it garner me the results that I was looking for? No. And that's because the rest of the bigger vision, the plan, was missing. So I went straight from I want to become a content creator to making mad videos, then getting those videos edited, posting some of them, but I was missing my purpose. I was missing my plan. So doing all that production bared no fruit. It bared no fruit. I wasted my time. I wasted my money too, because I paid a VA to do it. Right? And VA stands for virtual assistants, just so level set everyone. And so it was a waste. And when I came back this year, I said, no. Let me use the process, because I literally built this process and I teach it in all sorts of areas. And they always say, the shoemaker got to wear shoes. And that was the perfect example, because I had the skill set to do all these things. And I teach people, the 5 P's of getting stuff done. But here I was trying to skip steps, right? And that's another area that we fall short. We try to skip steps within a process. And what I've realized and learned over my years of teaching, experimenting, entrepreneurship, all the fields that I've been in, is that it's best to do the process the full way through first. And then when you do that, take notes of the shortcut. Don't take the shortcut just yet. Take notes of the shortcut, right? Just do it start to finish. Boom, 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 start to finish. Take notes of the shortcuts. Then do it again. Experiment with the shortcut. Is the shortcut successful? Is the shortcut really a shortcut? Right? Because sometimes we think a shortcut is a shortcut, and then when you do that shortcut, it makes it take longer. If anybody has ever experienced that, let me know in the chat. Put a 1 if you tried to take a shortcut that you thought was a shortcut, and when you did it, you realized this was not no shortcut. This done made it 10 times longer. What the heck is going on here? I'm struggling worse than I was better off taking the full way. So go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. If you try to take a shortcut and you realize this made it way worse, way longer, and it costs you time, it costs you money, it costs you resources, it costs you energy, right? And I see some ones coming in because that's the reality of it. Our brains, especially with now, like so much technology, so much social media, it's clouded by information overload, literally. And so we think because we see so-and-so baking a cake in 30 seconds on TikTok or doing these things fast, that the thing is easy, forgetting that everything takes work. Everything takes time. Everything has a process to it. So we try to skip over these steps that I'm just going to do that. Oh, so-and-so made a video. I'm going to make the same video. Why did my video not go viral? That's not your process. That's not your flow. That's not your, people ain't watching you already. So it's calculated things. These things are calculated and we forget these parts. So I'm going to now reel it back in, right? So in the produce phase, make sure that you are clear on, can you do it? And are you able to do it? And if not, create a plan for making that happen, right? Creating a plan for making that happen. And you could do many different things. And I don't want to dive too far into it because, again, I want to focus on the folks that are just getting started, right? I don't want to go give you so much information. And that, again, that's part of the problem where you then start getting anxious. You start doing things that you ain't supposed to be doing yet. We're just starting out, right? How scared would you be if your baby that just started getting tummy time got up and started walking? You'd be panicked. So why are you trying to do the same thing? I don't know who I just called out, but whoever that's for is going to find you, right? Take your time. What are you rushing for? And if you feel the need to rush, if you're like, I need content creation to make me this $10,000 in the next 60 days, this ain't for you, baby. Go do some Instacart. I don't know. Go and there's another website on the internet that you could probably make that money faster. It may involve feet and other things. I'm not, I ain't gonna dive into that, but there's other things that will get you that faster. This is not it. This is not one of those things. You have to follow the process. You have to create a system around yourself. So, identify what work needs to be done and who all gonna do that work, whether it's you, a VA, you're going to make time for it. You're going to hire an assistant. You're going to get your kid to do it. Maybe your kid edits videos on their phone, make little funny TikToks all the time. Hey, come here. You going to edit my TikToks. You going to edit my TikToks today. And I had my son do that. I'm not even gonna lie. He's 12. He was definitely editing some videos for me at one point. I was like, listen, chop that up. I showed him how to do it. I downloaded InShot on his phone and he was doing it. Right now, he is organizing my reels because I have my show scenario, my game show. And so it's like questions and I needed the stats from the reels. Put them to work. Right? So get really clear on how you're going to produce this work. And then the next 2 P's, I'm not going to dive into in this workshop. I'm about to open it up for some questions because the next 2 P's people get too excited about. The next 2 P's is called profit and then play. So I'm gonna breeze over it, right? Because I want to share you all the 5 P's. So just to recap fully, first P is purpose. Why do you want to do content creation as your side hustle and potentially your full-time job in the future, right? Why? Be very clear, be narrow. I want to create content because I like to entertain people and I want to be able to work from anywhere and additionally make money from this work, right? Be super clear. Why? Why do you want to do this as your side hustle? Second thing, create a plan, right? What kind of content you're going to make, where are you going to post it, who is this content for, right? That's part of your plan. Then step 3, produce this work. Figure out what methods you need to do, how are you going to record, how are you going to edit, how are you going to post, and who all going to do it. Is going to be, some of it going to be outsourced to a family member, your kid, you're going to hire a virtual assistant, you're going to make time to do it yourself, right? Identify those pieces. Then now we get to profit. What's in it for you? And the most of y'all probably answering profit is financial. There are people that come on this platform or any platform and they create content because they want to educate. They just want the information to be available for the people in the world. And that to them is more than enough profit. And if they make some money from it, that's icing on the cake, but that's not what they're here for. So what is in it for you? Is it financial profit? Is it emotional profit? Is it spiritual profit? Some people, the pastors, preachers, a lot of times they come on, they want to spread their message, right? That's the reason why they're on social media, to get more people into their church. So that is a indirect profit, but it's like, I want to get more people in my church. I want to get more people watching my ministry on YouTube, right? What is in it for you? How do you profit from it? And knowing that it won't come immediately is a part of that. So for me, when I decided what type of profit I want to make from social media, I decided on two things. I wanted to make profit from the actual platforms, because most platforms do have a creator fund where they pay content creators directly on the platform. And then the second way is by doing brand partnerships and brand deals, also called UGC, user generated content. And I wanted to do that. Those were the two primary ways that I started with as how I wanted to profit from it. And so I made an action plan of what requirements does each platform have for me before I get monetized. Most platforms publicly have available what you need to do. So we all know, or the majority of us probably know already, YouTube, they want you to get 4,000 watch hours, 1,000 followers, 1,000 subscribers, and that is how you get monetized. Instagram, it's a little bit different. I think it happened for me when I was around 10,000, a little over 10,000. I was having a consistent engagement. I think I had more than 25% engagement rate or something like that. But I don't know if their numbers are public. I know TikTok, I think it's like your first level of monetization. You can start going live when you pass 1,000 followers, and then you've been posting consistently for some amount of time. I forgot how much time. But each platform has a unique way of how you could get into their creator fund, which is the platform itself paying you for creating content on that platform. So identify that, right? And then the last P is play. How do you celebrate? How do you have fun? How do you refresh yourself? How do you rejuvenate? Because it is exhausting. Creating content is literally not for the weak. And anything that we do in life, this is another thing I want to just call out. Anything that we do in life is going to be hard. Point blank, period. You just have to pick your hard. And I'm pretty sure many of us probably heard this quote before and we just let it go over our head. Pick your difficult. Because there is going to be days that you're just like, I don't feel like making a video, and that's okay. Maybe maybe you have something pre-recorded or you want to repurpose that day. That is fine. But you have to identify something that makes you feel good while you're doing it. And so that way you're open to taking rest. You're taking, time to play. And it's going to feel fun. Once it starts feeling too heavy for your heart, right? Once you start getting burnout, that is not a good look on you. It doesn't feel good. It's overwhelming. And right now, if you have any questions, put them in the chat. Just saw a question come in. I'm going to shift the questions in like 2-3 minutes, and then we'll be on till 9 with some questions. So if you have any questions for me on my content creation journey, how you can grow in your own content creation journey, please let me know. Put them in the chat. If you're watching on YouTube, you can still put the comments in the chat and I will respond to them as I can. So again, just put your comments in the chat of how you are starting your questions that you have about your content creation journey, or questions you have about my content creation journey, and I can share that. So I'll do Q&A in just a few minutes. But yeah, you have to have the ability to play, make it fun, because once you start getting burnout, you start feeling overwhelmed. If you don't have any way to make it fun, you're going to quit. You're going to quit. You're going to lose consistency. You're going to lose energy. You're going to be overwhelmed. And there are so many content creators. I can give you a long list of examples of content creators that didn't calculate in play, calculate in rest in the work that they did. And they completely just shut off their profiles. I'm pretty sure you all know at least one person that have done that. They just disappeared from social media completely. And you're just like, whoa, where's so-and-so? They got burnt out. They got overwhelmed. It just became too much. Because there's going to be, listen, when you're putting yourself in the public view like this, right? How could I put this, right? In the past, we had celebrities and then we had like quote unquote normal people, right? And then there were different levels. But a person can be an internet celebrity, or a person can be an influencer or a content creator where a significant amount of people know, follow, or interact with you. And if we think of these numbers of a physical room, so while on, you might get a video, you might do a video and you get 100 likes or 1,000 views. That might seem like low engagement according to social media standards, but imagine going on a stage in front of 100 people. Going on a stage in front of 1,000 people. Going on a stage in front of 100,000 people. even for 15 seconds, 10 seconds, 25, a minute, however long said video is. Imagine all of those eyes, all of those people looking at you, paying attention to what you're saying, knowing your face, knowing who you are. Some people are going to have great things to say. Some people are going to have some nasty things to say. Some people are going to have some weird stuff to say. Some people are going to be obsessed with you. There's going to be so much variation of how people start interacting with you after that. The comments, the DMs, all of it happens. You could put filters, restrictions, and you have to decide which battles you're going to fight because some of them are not worth it. And so you have to be able to have fun with it, have balance within it, right? And know how to play, enjoy yourself while you're doing this work, and how to rejuvenate yourself if the work starts feeling too heavy for you, because it is work. So now I'm going to start shifting into some questions. But before I do that, I forgot to mention, see, this is my problem. This is my fatal flaw. I just like teaching. And so I start teaching and I forget that I'm supposed to be working here. If you comment, so I have a template that I help people get started with, creating their content management system. So help you organize all the things that you want to do as a content creator. So if you comment CMS, I will DM you the link to my content management system. That's what CMS stands for. It's $5 right now. And I'm going to be dropping the course, shortly. So if you're watching this in the future, the course is live because I'm literally uploading it as we speak. But for now, if you want to get access to the content management system, comment CMS and it's going to directly DM you. Now we'll open it up for questions. I did my job. I did my job, the work part. So how consistent is consistent for growth? That is a very good question. Consistency is going to be different for every single person, depending on the type of work the type of content that you choose in the platform. Let me give you an example because I don't want to just say be consistent because people hear that all the time and no one takes the advice. How do you take the advice? When I give you examples and make it real. So one example is a person that decides, right? Let's go through our process. Let's say said person is a baker, right? So we got Lily the baker. That's going to be our character for tonight. So Lily the baker, let's bring Lily the baker through my 5-part process. So Lily the baker is based in, she has 2 kids and she works part-time and then she, takes care of the kids, right? That's her thing. And she loves to bake. And so she's like, her purpose now is I want to create baking content for moms that are busy but want to create healthy but fun baked goods for their family. That is Lily's thing. My purpose is to create content to help moms make healthy and delicious baked goods for their families. That's her jam. All right, cool. That's her Lily's purpose. Now she's going to go into her plan. She plans to, what is the content she's going to make? She's going to make long form content. She's going to be making step-by-step tutorials, long form content, and she wants to make this stuff on YouTube. That's her platform of choice. Lily has decided to commit to YouTube. So again, she's going to make baking videos on YouTube for busy moms. That's her plan. So now she goes into production. Every Sunday, Lily at her house gets the ingredients and she sets up her camera and she records start to finish the process of her making a delicious baked good. She writes down the recipe, she types it up, she puts it onto her website and she sells the recipes for $3, right? So she's like, every recipe I'm going to sell it for $3. And every week Wednesday, I'm going to upload one video that shows step by step following my own recipe that I put on my blog for $3, how you can also make these baked goods as a busy mom. All the videos, all the recipes take less than 30 minutes to make. And then, we don't have to go about ingredient price. Everything takes less than 30 minutes to make. That's her whole jam, right? $3 recipes. You'll have these baked goods from start to finish, ready in 30 minutes. And they're going to be delicious, but also fun and simple to make for busy moms. That's her thing. So for Lily, consistency means making sure she buys her groceries, for the baked good. Maybe that's Saturday or Sunday. And she commits Sunday. So at least, it takes 30 minutes to do the recipe. So maybe like counting for setting up the camera, buying the goods, all that stuff. Let's say let's be generous and give her 2 hours. So every Sunday, Lily takes 2 hours consistently to go from start to finish to make the content. On Mondays, she goes and edits the video. Matter of fact, Lily don't have time to edit. Lily found a VA on Fiverr for, I don't know, that's charging her $50. It probably be more depending on what you want to do, but let's just be generous. $50 to edit the video. And she's like, okay, I could do $50 a week to edit this video. And then she has it she reviews the videos, makes any changes between Monday and Tuesday, and she posts the video on Wednesday. So from recording, she took 2 hours on Sunday, posting it up, uploading, put the captions, making sure that the recipes on the blog, let's just give her an hour. So Lily spends 3 hours a week on creating and publishing her content, and she posts once a week. That's how much she posts, right? And let's say on average, every time she posts, 100 people buy her $3 recipe, and then they watch the video from start to finish. The video is 30 minutes. And so she gets us, 5 subscribers, 10 subscribers a day, whatever, right? So for Lily, consistency looks like committing 3 hours a week and posting 1 video a week on content creation. You ain't Lily though. You see what I'm saying? You're not Lily. So Lily, all she got to do, 52 weeks in a year, Lily just got to do 52 videos. And if Lily wanted to, she could make 2 videos on every Sunday. So now she's just working every other Sunday. Or she only working half the year because she done doubled up on these videos. Or she could even triple up. Who knows what Lily want to do? You know what I'm saying? But Lily's consistency versus random name, I don't know, Alex. Alex now wants to create Instagram content, all short form. All of it is funny videos. Oh, I don't even know this person's name. I'll use him as an example. This guy that I saw the other day on my Explore page, I don't even know how he got there. He was like making videos of him like biting a piece of chocolate and then turns into said chocolate. Yes, that's what I said. I don't know. If you've seen this person on Instagram, put a 1 in the comments if you've seen this person. So he literally is like sitting in his car, sitting in the car. He's like, oh, I found this chocolate teddy bear. And then he bites said teddy bear. And then his whole body is full of chocolate. And he's like, I'm a teddy bear. And I was like, what in the world did I just watch? This man had a couple 100,000 followers, if not millions. I don't even remember the number, but I knew the videos. Every video he posted went viral. Talking about hundreds of thousands of views, millions of views. The man bit chocolate and was dancing like this in his car covered in chocolate. All short form videos, all maybe like max 30 seconds per video. But I knew it took him more time than that because he has a couple videos of him showing the behind the scenes of him like recording and then biting the chocolate and then pausing and then dousing himself in like Nutella. Literally. I wish I could. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm going to try to find the link and put it into the description. It's very gross, but it's addicting. I'm not even going to lie to y'all. I'm be honest. I watched at least 7 of those videos. I'm there like the whole time like, ew. Oh, that's nasty. Click in the comments. But guess what? While I'm looking at that in pure disgust, I'm not going to follow this man. I don't want to see no more of this. But guess what? I engaged. I added watch hours to his videos. I didn't comment, but many people did comment their disgust. I'm not saying that I wanted to like withhold, but my point is, dude is good. He's making it. He figured out his purpose. He figured out his plan. He created action step and he is making that content and making the money. There was some video that he had like a partnership with one of the brands that had the thing. And I'm just like, dude, what is this? But he found his audience. He knows his people. The people that want to see that stuff every day, they followed. And it's hundreds of thousands of people. And he good. So I see another comment here, and we have about another 5 to 10 minutes. Well, 8 for real. I'm coming off in a few minutes. But I'm happy to answer any other questions. I've seen a couple people come in and out. So if you have any other questions about how to get started at content creation, just let me know in the chat. I noticed I had short form old reels that I made in the past. I did really well. Start real data to use to this. If you have content that you've already made, is that good information to use for a future? if that's the type of content that you want to make in the future. So if it is the content that, if it's similar to the content that you want to make in the future, then yes, you can use that as a starting point. So with the caveat of how long ago was that content made, right? So trends do come back. You can repurpose and use the same exact video and people still engage with it and like it. But was there a reason why that content did good? Was it the timing, the time of year, the season, the political climate at the time, right? Were there other factors beyond the video just being a good video and people wanting to engage with it at any time? Were there specific factors that made that specific time a good time for that content? And that could skew the results, right? So if something is trending and it goes super viral while that thing is trending, then that is, I don't want to say it's a fluke, but it's a time capsule, right? It went viral because those type of pieces were going viral at that time. So it was, encompassed in that. Is it possible for it to go viral or do really well after that? It's possible. Is it probable? No. Right? There are trends that I've participated in. I've seen other people participate in that they missed the trend window. So anything at all that fell within the trend window went viral. Just hundreds of thousands, millions of views. But as soon as they passed that trend window and people weren't really looking for that trend, paying attention or engaging with that specific trend anymore, you posted the same exact to the T type video, gone. Too late. And one trend I'll give as an example is, what's his name? Jack Harlow. He had a video, a song that came out, I think it was last year. He, like, I don't like no whips and chains, but you can't hold me, like that thing. And there was a whole trend on TikTok with dudes, like, most of them were looking a little nerdy, like in the beginning. And then they this one guy with like a Rubik's Cube, but they were doing lip syncing, but the idea was like, they seem basic at first, like, oh, nerdy, not so cool. And then it's like, oh, like by the second part of the video, the second part of the song, it's like, oh, you're sexy. This is exciting. And if somebody put out a video like that today, nobody's watching it. But in that moment, there was one content creator that he made back to back, same exact video. He was just changing his outfit. People watch every one of them. And on his page now, he's doing okay. He's still doing cool, but it's not the engagement he got in that moment because that moment was a trend. That moment was on fire and he capitalized on it, right? So to really answer your question fully is that if that content is something that you plan to make in the future, similar content, then you can use it as a starting point. And if it was not made in a specific trend in a specific moment that it related to, like that the numbers were a little bit skewed because of that trend, then you can also use it. But if it was skewed or if that's the type of content that you want to make in the future, I know it's going to feel annoying, but it's not good. It's not useful. And don't be afraid to test, right? Don't be afraid to test it out. Download that video, post it again. See the results it gets. If that's the direction you want to go in, post it again. Who's stopping you? Who made up the rules? Because, and a colleague of mine actually, got me out of my head about this like 2 weeks ago, where I was just like, oh, I got to think of some new ideas and make some new content. And he's like, repost what you posted already. I was like, but people gonna know. Who gonna know? Who's clocking you? And also, aren't there many pages that have reposted your video to their page and gotten hundreds of thousands of views? And I'm like, you right. If a miscellaneous meme page or like a brand page reposts your own video, why can't you repost your own video? You're the owner of it. It's your video. So repurpose it, test it, right? And all of these things, when you're doing these experiments, you want to track it. And tracking it starts with having some type of content management system. So if you want a content management system, I created a spreadsheet that is a template that helps you track, identify, and categorize all of your content. And if you go ahead and comment CMS, if you comment CMS in the live, then I will send you the link to get the content management system tracker. It's a $5 spreadsheet as a template. So if you comment CMS, and if you're watching on YouTube, it's going to just be linked down below so you could grab that. But I'm going to be back on, I'm coming to the end of this session. I'm going to be doing more of these like workshops and things like that. If you are a content creator that is getting started, you're trying to figure it out, you just want some accountability, or you just want to have more content creation friends and people come to my Instagram page at Georgie-Ann and click in my bio for my content creation channel. So right before the link in my bio on Instagram, it'll say my channel that is specifically for content creators. I'm going to be sharing more resources. I'm going to be doing more lives like this. And here on my YouTube channel as well, there's going to be more material like this, because I feel like it's very important to continue to share what I've learned and help other content creators, help other entrepreneurs, help other creatives really start as well as grow. It can be very nerve-wracking in the beginning, and a lot of material out here is not keeping it real. What I will promise you in my content, I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to keep it honest. I'm going to let you know what you have to do, and I'm going to break it down like I'm talking to a 6-year-old. You know, tell me like a kindergartner, I got you. Because a lot of times people come on here and they start using these terms and these things, and it's just like it goes over your head and you feel overwhelmed. I'm guilty of it too. But I try my best instead of just coming on, oh, yeah, you need to do UGC, have a CMS, have, MMR, MRRM. Like, what do these letters, these things mean? They mean nothing to you until somebody tells you and explains it to you. And that's what I want to do. I want to be able to clearly explain and identify for folks and then help you get over those bridges, because 99% of it is up here. It's not out in the world. No one is really looking at you, clocking it the way you think they're clocking it. So why hold yourself back? If this is something that you seriously want to do, follow me for more. I will be sharing. I'll be answering questions, doing more Q&As. For folks that joined live, thank you for watching live. For that's folks that are watching in the future and the replay, thank you for watching the replay. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and like and subscribe. If you're on Instagram, go ahead and follow for more, as well as for anyone anywhere, join my Instagram content creator channel. It's going to be in my bio on Instagram. So thank you so much, everyone, for participating. I will see y'all again. This was fun. I had a good time. I hope you learned a little something today. And if you did, let me know in those comments. But until next time, thank you for watching. Bye and good night.